Hi everyone. Today's canceled video game topic I want to share and talk about The Flash. Fun fact, The Flash was almost a real video game that happened back in late 2000s. Never happened, got canceled, didn't have the funds for the tech to do that. It was going to be an expensive process to do as a DC video game focusing on the Flash and Barry Allen. What was going to happen in the game? For example, it was an open world feature with two major cities. Open world games can be a hit and miss, but the developers of this game realized that the sandbox genre were becoming all the rage in order to really make the Flash's superhero life come alive. The game was designed as being an open world feature where players could freely roam. Wally West Flash was the main character at the time of development. It was the Wally West Flash who was prominent in the comics and the Justice League TV series, prompting the developers to make him the Flash who would be the playable character. What the bosses were going to be in the game, the Flash's rogues gallery would appear as boss fights. The entire storyline had been outlined for the game with as many as Cleveland villains set to appear out of these characters. The main antagonists were supposed to be the Flash's usual arch enemies in Gorilla Grodd and Professor Zoom. That would have been really cool. It's like, what if video game players are controlling the Flash while fighting these big bosses? But again, I didn't do that, someone else did. Along with frequent problems would rise from secondary antagonists, including Weather Wizard, Captain Boomerang, Mirror Master, among others. Pretty much all of them would turn out to be boss fights, and each would be necessary to beat to progress in the story. Okay, so if it did exist today in 2024, It would have been for maybe PlayStation 4, 5, and Xbox One. The only way they would have redid that, they would have to get permission from Warner Brothers. And another fun fact, both the developer and publisher went out of business. Brash Entertainment, that was the video game company who was going to work on different levels, the characters from protagonists and antagonists. You would have different locations and areas. This company ran out of money, couldn't afford to keep it open anymore. It said right here, as was the case with the canceled game featuring Batman, the developers of this one also saw their studios shut down to failed production. The Flash's game was being made by Bottle Rocket Entertainment. That was the other company was going to work on the Flash game, with the game published and distributed by, what I said a minute ago, Brash Entertainment. It would have been a lot expensive process if another video game company took over than that one. Let's say if it did came out back in late 2000s, it would have been on Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. We'll have to see if it worked on as a computer game too. My message for video game companies: if you're working on a new DC game, you always have to make sure to test it. We don't want any errors or messes on that thing. I want to make a shout out for video game players enjoys playing DC games. I think what DC game is really cool is Batman. I never played Justice League before, but I heard of it. That's all I want to share. Bye, everyone.